girl Naomi, also known as Blvckbeautii's makeup, and today I have filmed my first ever YouTube video. Yes. And as you can see, I am serving looks, honey, looks. So if you want to see how I created this bomb beat, just keep on watching. So the first thing I'm going to do is fill in my brows, and to do that, I'm using the LA Girl Brow Pomade in the shade Dark Brown. As I'm filling in my brows, you're going to notice that I'm not taking the brow pomade directly to the front of my brows, and the reason for that is because I'm going to go ahead and spoolie the front to get rid of the box look and to create a gradient effect. If you guys want a more detailed brow video, just comment down below or DM me at my Instagram page and I'll be sure to do that. Now here you can see what I meant by spooling my brows, and as you can see, it begins to form a gradient effect, and that is the look you're going to be looking for. I'm going to go ahead and repeat those steps on my other brow. And remember guys, brows are sisters, not twins, so they're not going to be exactly the same, but just make sure that they are similar as possible. Here I'm concealing my brows, and to do that I'm using the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Fawn. And I'm going to use that same shade for both underneath my brows and above. Here I'm repeating the same steps on my other brow. The concealer that I'm using is lighter than my complexion. If you are not familiar with blending out concealers that are lighter than your complexion, I advise you to go on top of your brows with a concealer that matches your complexion. Take your time and try to get as close as possible to your brows and really get in there and conceal. Then I'm going to take a blending brush from the Beauty Creations collection and blend out above and beneath my brows. I'm going to use the same shade on my brows. I'm going to apply that on my lids as a base for my eyeshadow. And here I'm going to buff that out to prevent any creasing and to ensure that we have a smooth surface to work with. The first shade I'm going to be using is the brown shade from the Zulu palette by Juvia's Place. And I'm going to blend that first with a fluffy brush from Beauty Creations. The second shade is called Mino or Mino, and it's a darker brown from the Warrior palette, also from Juvia's Place. And I'm going to blend that into my crease with a smaller, more detailed blending brush. And here I'm just going to go back and forth between those two shades to make sure that they are blended seamlessly together. Then I'm going to go ahead and cut my crease with the LA Girl Pro Conceal in Fawn. And I'm just going to cut that crease as high as I desire. And repeat those same steps on the other eye. Then I'm going to buff that out to make it smooth and also to remove the excess product so that my colors lay flat and seamless. The first shade I'm using is the yellow from the Juvia's Place Zulu palette, and I'm packing that shade on with a semi-flat blending brush. The next shade is the orange from the same palette. I'm using the same brush. I simply just wipe off the previous shadow and went in. By the way, if you were wondering what brush it is, it's from the Blvckbeautii brush collection. I'm going to go between those shadows and blend them together for a seamless effect. The final shade is the pink from the same Juvia's Place palette. The only difference is that instead I use a smaller tapered blending brush. I find that it works better at the end of the cut crease to help me stay inside. Then I'm going to take a more pointed tapered brush to sharpen that crease again. Here, I'm going to repeat those same steps on the other eye. Then I'm going in with my Holy Grail white liner, and I believe it's from Blvckbeautii, and I'm going to be creating a more of a line than a wing. Below that, I'm using a black liner from Amuse. I love this liner, guys. It dries matte and it looks so sleek and bomb. Here I'm going to go ahead and repeat those same steps on the other eye. Moving on to face, I'm using the GNC Vitamin C Moisturizer. And guys, when I tell you this is the best moisturizer I have ever used, it is the best. Afterwards, I'm going to prime my face using the Maybelline Master Prime Smooth and Blur. By the way, I already moisturized and primed my forehead, but I didn't do it on my face because I'm using bright colors and I might get fallout. Moving to foundation, I'm using the Maybelline Superstay in the shade 355. And I'm going to buff that into my skin with a buffer brush from the Blvckbeautii brush collection. Remember that everything is a process, so just take your time and buff that foundation out, because if not, when you hit that light, it is not going to look cute and it's not going to be flawless. And baby girl, we do not want no flaws, we want to be flawless. So just take your time and buff, buff, buff. Now, when it comes to my forehead, I believe that less is more. P.S. I did recently dye my hair black, so there's a huge separation, but don't worry, at the end, I promise you it will not look crazy. Now to add some dimension to my face, I'm going to highlight using the LA Girl Pro Conceal in Fawn. And I'm going to be highlighting under my eyes, my chin, my forehead, the bridge of my nose, and above my lips. But of course, I have to contour. And to do that, I'm using the shade Tools from the LA Girl Concealer Collection. It's not picking up on camera, but not to fear, it will show up later on in the video. Here I'm blending out my highlight using a makeup wedge. I guess because I use them so much on my clients, I really started to like them, so now I use them on myself like all the time. Make sure that your highlight and contour are blended seamlessly into each other because we do not want harsh lines. I'm now going to set all my highlighted areas with the Sacha Buttercup setting powder. A trick to avoid flashback is to press the powder into your face first and then go ahead and bake afterwards. I tend to crease a lot at the corners of my mouth, so I'm just going to go ahead and set that right away. Then I'm going to bake under my eyes and my nose. Before I powder contour, I'm going to go ahead and set my entire face using the Arista press powder in the shade Sunkissed. To set my contour, I'm going to be using the brown shade from the Zulu palette. Yes guys, I do use an eyeshadow to set my contour. Look at the difference of contour. And PS, I also contour the perimeters of my chin. I believe a beat is never complete without blush. So here I'm just using the pink and the orange shade from the Zulu palette and applying that to the apples of my cheek and above my jawline. PS, I'm now realizing that I did not use any highlight. Now I'm going to apply black liner in my waterline. This liner is from LA Girl as well. Like, I believe LA Girl really needs to sponsor me, like, for real. Then I'm going to go ahead and apply the same colors that are on my lid under my eyes. Here I'm setting my face with the Maybelline Master Fix Setting Spray. This mascara is also from Maybelline, but I cannot remember which one it is. And guys, Maybelline needs to sponsor me as well. Like they're really playing though. I'm using the Sassy eyelash glue and the J-Cat tweezers to apply my lashes. The lashes that I'm using are from J Lash and they're in the style Oh Snap. These are 3D full make lashes. Look at the difference that a lash makes. Like, whoa. I am loving this look, and if you are too, hit that like button. I'm going to teach you guys a quick trick. Instead of using a lip liner, I use my brow pomade and it makes it easier to blend out the colors together. Another hack, I'm going to use my concealer in the center of my lips and blend those two together. Then I'm going to use my Maxi lip gloss on top. I'm going to go ahead and finish up my lips, but we have come to the end of this video. And if you are loving this beat, do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in my next video. And remember, stay bad, baddies.